Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dyson Sphere program. My name is Tom, and this is episode number 75. In today's episode, we are going to be automating 120 super magnetic rings a second. We're going to be using those rings to automate deuterium fuel rods on Merak IV, which we are not producing any longer. We also use the rings to produce advanced buildings in our ILS mall and towards the carrier rockets to design the Dyson Sphere. So with that said, guys, let's get started with episode number 75. So before we get started, I do want to say that I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed yesterday morning. It hasn't even been 24 hours since the surgery, and I can't believe it, but I feel really good. A lot of bleeding yesterday and some pain management, but this morning I feel really good. My jaw is really sore, and but I can manage it. So with that said, guys, let's get started. Okay, so I want to show you what I did here. What I did before I started this episode is I placed space warpers in all of the ILS. I also placed logistic vessels in all of the ILS. And I also placed a ILS at the South Pole to demand buildings. So that is there for that reason. And I'm going to place all the drones I can in these ILS. And as you can see, I max drones, max logistic vessels. And so not only are we using these ILS to transport materials around our star cluster, but now I placed 2 other ones here. And that is also collecting 3 of the basic materials. I'm actually going to add in the high purity silicon, let's say local demand. As you can see, we're collecting that really rapidly because we have 200 drones that are going back and forth to add that to the ILS, which is great. And so that's going to be a lot easier to ship all of these materials around in the star cluster. And I'm going to do this here as well. So I'm going to do a local demand. And so this should be sufficient for transportation across the stars for now. If we need more, we can come back and place down some ILS and fill these up with the basic components. We got all our drones, we got all our vessels in here. Everything is looking good. So with that done and out of the way, we need to take a look at where are we going to automate the super magnetic rings. Well, I say we go to the Elacrab star system. It's very close to Merak. If I zoom up on here, we are using advanced miners to mine all of the rare resources you see here. So I definitely don't want to build on this planet, but I do want to build on Elacrab I. It has lots of stone, but we can find another planet with stone. It has 1.5 million kimberlite ore, but again, we're mining that on Elacrab II here. So you can also see that the wind energy ratio, 0%. Solar energy ratio, 48%. So I'm going to use the energy exchanger to power this planet. I'm going to set the indicator. And let's go. Let's go to the Elacrab I and begin automating super magnetic coils. And this planet is going to be, maybe this planet is going to be strictly for the super magnetic rings. I think that would be pretty cool. Just one planet dedicated to the super magnetic rings, and we could just build it up over time. And I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I do a bunch of random components here on the Elacrab I. Okay, beautiful. So let's land. And wow, what a dark planet this is. What a dark planet this is. Okay, so let's find the North Pole. Okay, it's up here. And the North Pole is where I'm going to place down the energy exchanger. And I'm going to do Control V. I'm going to go to the power facility and the energy exchanger. And I will place that right here. Okay. And so I'm going to reset this to be the warpers. And I'm going to reset this to be 1,000. And warpers, we probably need a 600 warpers here. And we need proliferator MK3, we'll say 1,000. Okay, looks good. Let's resume our research. My goodness. So we are researching drive engine level 5, and then level 5 for the carrier engine, 6 for the carrier engine, and carrier capacity level 7 and 8. So yeah, that's gonna help us transport our materials and components across the star cluster more efficiently. Okay, excellent. And so now we can use the wireless power tower to efficiently transport the power to the equator. Okay, we're out of them. Yeah, using these Tesla towers is definitely wasteful. And I'm actually going to bring this all the way to the South Pole. The reason is because I'm going to be calling in buildings to help me produce the super magnetic rings. We need 120 a second, so it's a pretty big build. Okay, and I will place it right here. Okay, and it has power, and I will say a local demand on the warpers. Okay, and I want, what do I want here? Well, I want some Tesla towers. I want conveyor belt MK3. I also want MK3 sorters. And lastly, assembly machines MK3. Because this planet is all about components, basic and advanced components. And so we're going to need a lot of assembly machines here. Okay, great. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I did something like this. Okay. And I place a storage box here. And I set a limit to like 2. Okay. And I place a LD here. I say provide and collect. Copy, paste, and paste. Okay. And then I provide these with some power. Like this. And then I can actually come out the Tesla towers, the belts, the sorters, and the assembly machine MK3. Okay, and then we just set the filter for this, and there we go. So that's going to provide us with the assembly machines. And we'll do the same thing here. Tesla towers, belts, and sorters. Excellent. Okay, so guys, let's get started with this build. Let's get started with automating 120 super magnetic rings a second. So I'm looking for the equator. And here we are, the equator. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to use the PLS this time. So I'm going to switch it up. Let's use the PLS. And that is placed down, and I'm going to actually hide these veins. And make sure they're all out of the way so that we can do our build. Okay. And actually, we should probably do it here since the power is running down that. So I'm going to delete this and bring it over here. Okay, like this. Good. And so before we begin automating this, we need to bring in the materials like iron ingots. So I'm going to grab a ILS and I will place it right here. Okay. And place my drones and vessels in there. And I'm going to call in the iron ingots. I'm going to hit a remote demand. Okay. And this is going to be space warpers, and we only need 100 of these. So I'll do a local demand. Good. All right. And I'm going to copy this, and I want to do another one. Why not? Tesla tower here. And there we go. So now we have 2 ILSs calling in for iron ingots. That is going to provide the PLS with all the iron ingots they need to produce these gears. So we need 160 assembly machines producing gears. That's going to give me 480 a second. So let's bring up the Factorial lab here. And let me see. Okay, so as you see, guys, I've set the global command for everything over here. And we're looking at 120 super magnetic rings a second. So I'm going to work on the gears. And it's 160 gears, or 160 assembly machines at 480 a second, 16 belts. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this page. And I want to say gears. And I want to figure out how many assembly machines I need to make one full belt of gear. So I'm going to switch this to belts, and I'm going to say 1 belt. And as you can see, it takes 10 assembly machines to populate one full belt of gears using an MK3 conveyor belt. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so it's the same for iron ingots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one full belt of iron ingots that is double stacked. That'll allow me to do 20 assembly machines producing 60 gears a second on each side of the belt. Okay, and that means we need to figure out how to get 4 full belts of gears into the PLS. So I'm going to minimize that. And the first thing I'm going to do is work on finding how to get the 4 belts of gears in. So I'm going to do something like this. Okay, so that is 2 full belts of gears right here. And I'm going to place down the assembly machines as a reference for spacing. And this will be the 3rd belt for the gears. And this will be the 4th belt for the gears. Okay, this is gonna have to move to here. Okay, and these are gonna be deleted here. And so now we need to figure out how to get 2-stack iron ingot. Well, that's pretty easy. That's pretty easy. We can do this. So we come out with 1 belt of iron ingots, and the 2nd belt can come out here. I'm actually going to demand the iron ingots. Let's say 2,500 to get started. Okay, and this is going to produce gears. Perfect. All right, and so this is the iron ingot belt that's double stacked. It's going to go right here. And we're going to do the same on this side as well. Okay. Okay, great. And now we want to use the proliferator to proliferate all this. So I'm going to place down the spray coaters. Okay. There it is. And I'm going to demand the proliferator MK3. And I just want 100 of this, so I'll demand that. And so now I could come out with the proliferator. Like this. And I'm going to place down the splitter here. That's going to go in and through the spray coaters. Like that. Okay. And so then I'm going to obviously place down my Tesla towers. Okay. And I'm going to delete these. And what I'm going to do here is add a buffer for everything. So I actually want to demand an MK2 storage containers. So I'm going to get those over here right away. And only want like 100. Okay, so they're going to bring 600 over. Fair enough. I'm going to delete this belt for now. So we'll wait for that, and we can finish this build out here, or prepare it. So I'll extend the belts out. Excellent. Good. All right, and so as you see, guys, we have 2-stack iron ingots, 2-stack iron ingots, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 belts for the gears. 4 belts for the gears. Okay. Are they here yet? Almost. Or how far are they out? Okay. They are landing just now. Oh, those are the belts. Just still waiting on the storage boxes. Thank you for your patience. Got some space warpers coming in. Oh, here are the storage boxes. Perfect. So we'll clear that and then we'll reset this. Okay, good. We'll just have to set more ILS down if we need some extra product. So we got our storage boxes. We got quite a bit of them. So I will place those here. And so storage box is going to go here and here. What's going to happen is we're going to put gears in, and then out, out, in, out, and in, out, like that. Okay. And so now we can think about placing our assembly machines down here. Okay. And this is going to be gears. And I'm going to say a production speed up. And let's just copy this over like that. Okay. And so we'll use the two middle belts for our first output of gears. So there we go. And then we'll come in with the iron ingots like this. Okay. And that's it. And so what I need to do is trim back these belts. Okay. And then we can use the blueprint. Use the blueprint to copy this. Control V. Like that. And then we can hit tab to connect the belts. So that's 4, 6, 8, 10. And I can use the towers to move the power. And I like to go by threes, so I'll go 1, 2, 3, tower, and tower. 1, 2, 3, tower, and tower. Okay, so how much is this? It should be 20. It is. Okay, so as you can see, let's take a look at this. We are getting a two full belts of gears. That's going into the box and it's being pushed out into the PLS. Okay, and so now, guys, we could do another 20 because we have 2 iron conveyor belts, 2 stacked. Okay, so this is going to be adjusted for the next 20. Like this. And we're going to use the outer belt now to get these gears out of the assembly machine, because we're using the inner belt for the first 20, if that makes sense. Okay. And here we go. We can actually trim these belts back because we don't need those anymore. And so we're going to come in with the iron ingots and out with the gears. Out with the gears, in with the iron ingot. And so now we can hit Control C, Control V, and now we need to get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, so if I hit Control C, I should have 40 assembly machines. Yes. Okay, excellent. And let's trim these belts back. There we go. Mm-hmm. And so what we can do, guys, is we can stack these. Oh yeah, I like this. These are skyscrapers of storage boxes. Excellent. Okay, so if I bring this up here, I need 160 assembly machines. Okay, so we're going to finish the episode out with getting 160 of these. And yeah, it'll be good. So I'm going to hit Control C. And I'll do something like this. And Control V. I'm going to paste this down. I'm going to, one here. One here. And one here. That's 160. And look at it wrap around the planet, guys. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay. So now we get to just be patient and let our drones build this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of my viewers said that his planets, he buffers all of the components and materials of storage boxes and liquid storage as well. So I think that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. Okay, we need to get another ILS or PLS in here. Like that. And what do we need here? We need some more sorters. So let's call in some sorters. Oh, they're coming now. Okay, got it. Great. Is the sorters right? I got sorters. Oh, here it is. Oh, I got some in the storage here. Got it. What's this? Okay, that's 80. But we have 80 right here. Mm-hmm. So I learned something really interesting today about Pluto and why they decided to declassify Pluto as a planet. And the main reason is because it's super small. And the reason why it's super small is because Pluto is literally a snowball, essentially a snowball. And if you were to put Pluto in the same orbit as like Earth, near the star, Pluto snow would just melt and become a comet, essentially, and have a huge comet tail behind it. And yeah, essentially just, yeah, be a very large comet. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that until today. Okay, guys, that is 480 gears a second into the system now. How beautiful is that? Mm-hmm. Oh, got a storage box. Come on, guys. Can you make this? There you go. Thank you. Holy cow, my jaw is so sore from talking. Oh. I think we need to... Yeah, we're just not getting enough iron ingots here. So I think it's time to call in another PLS. Yep, so I'm gonna get another PLS or ILS here and place it down. Okay. And yeah, just another way to get the iron ingots over here. How is that power looking? They're still not maxed out, guys. They're still not maxed out. I mean, this is why this energy exchangers are so powerful. I mean, just this little amount of energy exchangers is powering this whole factory. It's pretty wild. Okay. Okay, look, we're on our 4th storage box of gears. This is awesome. Okay, guys, that is the episode. That is the episode. Guys, I appreciate your patience with me. I know I was out for a couple days with no episodes. Again, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. I am enjoying my weekend, and I hope you're enjoying your weekend. And yeah, we'll see you in episode number 76, where we continue to automate some other basic components. Probably the magnetic coils. We'll automate those. We need 160 assembly machines for those. But yeah, I'll get that out to you guys tomorrow. So with that said, guys, have a good weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, and goodbye.